Hey everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I am going to do a quick garden tour because I just got back from the Ozark meetup and I am checking on the garden. I did come out here the other day and check on it, but things have changed rapidly over that weekend since I've been gone. So let me show you guys what's going on. So this is the sage. You can see that it is starting to dry up and there are seeds forming inside those little flowers. So we will have tons of sage seeds very soon. Those seeds will go into the IBG seed swap. This is my Egyptian walking onions. And look at this. They are developing all these little seed babies here. So I will definitely be saving those as well. This is a weed. Yes, I will definitely be saving those. This was a spinach. And I got it in there pretty late in the game because I couldn't get them to germinate. So when this seeds, then I'm just going to collect the seeds on that. Oregano's doing great, of course. It looks like there was maybe some wind come through here because everything seems to be like blown over like this way. So you see that the walking onions are kind of laying down over here. Yeah, so something either was in here or the wind was just really strong. Dandelions. The dandelions, I just chop and drop them. So yeah, that's all. This stuff's looking good. This lemon balm is looking really healthy right here. This was a lacinato kale that I had put in here. It doesn't look like it's doing much. There's a random sunflower back there. So there's like a big hole right there. And the other day a hawk, looked like it was a young, maybe a juvenile hawk, had swooped down and grabbed something out of here. My husband was out here when it happened. He's like, oh, there's a hawk in your garden. So I wonder what that was. It might have been a toad or a snake. And he swooped down and got it. So this here, this is mash. This is the corn salad. I have tons of seed for this. I probably sent out a lot of it in the seed swap. So if you were in the seed swap, you most likely got some of this. It's called mash. It's a green. It's like a leafy green. And it's very cold hardy. So this, I'm going to let this seed drop its seed and actually populate this area. So it'll come back every year. This is a pepper here. This was a sweet banana pepper. These are all sweet banana peppers here. More thistle that has to get pulled out. Like I said, if I get it at the bottom of the, like at the base, I can usually pull it out by the root. But I have to be really careful because it's so prickly. Anyhow, the peppers look like they're doing pretty well. These are spaghetti squash. Chocolate mint, looks like it's doing good. These are San Marzano tomatoes. I didn't originally plan to keep them in these small buckets, so I might still go ahead and transplant them. I just haven't fully decided into what or when This is an Anaheim. My goal is to grow a lot of Anaheim peppers so that I can do some the green chilies. Something has eaten this pepper a lot. Like, look at all these holes. Something is eating holes in these plants. So this is a let's see what this one is. It is Webb's Wonderful lettuce, and it's supposed to be a I want to say winter, but it's not winter. It's supposed to be a summer variety of lettuce. So it looks really good, and it's supposed to resist bolting. But I guess we'll see. These peppers look so not healthy. I don't know what's going on over here. But this is yellow squash. It's surrounded by garlic. So hopefully the garlic will ward off any pests. This is all yellow squash here. That's yellow squash in the bucket. So I'm really hoping I get some yellow squash. Oh, these were some really good looking spaghetti squash, and looks like they have dried up. I mean, I have a lot of them though. I forgot that I had winter sowed spaghetti squash, and I bought some, so yeah. Let's see. Over here I have the sage. And then back there was 2 watermelon plants that I did. So there's 2 watermelon plants back there. I believe those are the sugar baby. This is a blueberry, but it looks to be nutrient deficient, so I'm gonna have to get some sulfur or something and add it to there. The other blueberries look like they're doing okay. Hopefully something's not eating them, because that looks like a bite. Something just munched off the top of there. Might have to put some cages or something around these. That's all that's over here. The rest of this is weeds that needs to come out. The comfrey is fizzling out. I'm guessing there's probably going to be some seed in here. Let's see if I can get a good look. So right in there, you can see that there's going to be some seed. So when this dries up, I'll definitely put some of this seed into the seed swap. The grapes, you guys. The grapes. Look at these grapes. They are going bonkers. I am going to have so many grapes on this grapevine. Like, whoa. I can't even believe how many grapes are on here. So, wow. If I can get to the harvest, last year I waited, and then all of a sudden they were all gone. So this is another blueberry. It's doing well. This is the Sweetheart blueberry. The other one was a pink lemonade, I think. Oh no, this pepper looks very like it was dug up. Oh no. Yeah, that doesn't look good at all. Something was digging around here and dug it up. These are jalapeno peppers. This is a random tree that I have yet to get out. I need to get that out. So these are just all jalapeno in here. That one looks like it might not make it. Over here is more lemon balm and then lavender. Oh, the lavender is trying to flower. Look at those tiny little flowers. They're so dainty. And they have the tiniest little pollinators. The tiniest little pollinators. Yeah. Trying to get a good focus on there. But yeah, those are some tiny little flowers. And it smells amazing. I left that area empty intentionally because I'm still thinking about, you know, the area that I'm gonna need in order to get this greenhouse built over here. But these grapes are in the way. I wanted it to come up all the way against this fence, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. I'm going to end up needing to leave this space here, you know, kind of empty because I'm obviously these grapes are running wild over here, so yeah. I don't know if you guys have any advice on these grapes, how I can redirect them maybe next year. I hate to cut it because like this whole like vine here, it looks like it's dead, but it's not because it's got life attached to it on the other side. Like in between here is some dead spots, but then it continues on and then it lives again. So I need to get in here because I've got strawberries everywhere. Everywhere, strawberries. So I need to get, oh my goodness, I need to get on this harvesting these strawberries because last year I missed my opportunity and I knew coming back from the meetup I was going to end up having tons of strawberries ready. So that's got to get done today. Strawberries have to get harvested. These are Sweet Million tomatoes. Both of these containers are Sweet Million tomatoes. That's a pot with zinnias, and then I threw a cucumber in there just because I needed a spot for it. So those are zinnias. That's a zinnia. This was a zinnia, but I don't think anything sprouted in there. Those were tomatoes that I got from Jennifer Ocean Homestead, not in the collaboration, but before that. I think those are the pink oxheart tomatoes. The tag came off, so I couldn't see it very well, but I think those were the pink oxheart tomatoes. This was a cantaloupe. This was a OG Gardner, Shirley, Miss OG Gardner. She sent me some seeds, and this was the cantaloupe. It doesn't seem to be taken off. These tomatoes are the San Marzanos, and these are Sun Sugar tomatoes. You can see the difference in the leaves, in the pattern of the leaf. So this is the San Marzano, and then this is the Sun Sugar. You can definitely see the difference. This one doesn't look very happy either, and this one I think is a Kajari melon. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. But my goodness, look at these radishes. So when I came back, I didn't even recognize them. I was like, what is this growing in my raised bed? It's radishes. Look at the size of this monster over here. I'm definitely going to have to harvest these radishes. I think I'll leave a couple that are flowering just so I could get some seed. Still nothing with the Scotia tomato or any of the peppers. So I'm almost ready to not plant those again, but we'll see. This is like a piece of a shade cloth that I had for the peas. It looks like they blew over. They are getting some peas on them, but they're very stunted. I believe I just waited too long to get them out. So let's see. But they're still good. I planted some melons here. Looks like something ate it. Yeah, 2 melons I had here. But I'm guessing something just came and bit the tops off. So that's great. This is a Swiss chard. I actually really like Swiss chard a lot. I'm glad to see this guy here. Those are the tromboncino squash. Doing very well, which I'm happy about. I'm looking forward to getting some tromboncino squash this year. This is my first time planting those. So yeah, I am definitely looking forward to tromboncino squash. I need to get this stuff out of here. There's a random calendula that bloomed. Beautiful, beautiful. These are the red mustard greens. I need to harvest these and get these out. Maybe I'll leave one for seed, but I'm not decided on that. But the garlic is looking good over here. And I do have more calendula coming up. And then there's collards back here as well. More collards over here. I had covered them up because I didn't want that white moth over here. So these are the Georgia collards. And then those were a different collard. I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. That is a Siberian kale. I'm not for sure if it was a white or a red, because I did plant both of those over here somewhere. I'll have to look back. These are all flowering. These are from last year. So I'm just going to go ahead and harvest all of this. There's some random sunflowers in here. And what looks to be, I'm hoping, some echinacea that I planted. Is this echinacea, guys? Can you tell me? Have you planted echinacea? Is this what it looks like when it's growing? Because I've never grown it. And I'm hoping that that's what that is and not just weeds. All of this is just, I want to say kales. Either kales or collards, one of the two. Sometimes it's hard to tell depending on the variety. Here's a random lemon balm. And then there's my cilantro. This bed is really a disappointment because I'm not growing anything in here that I've set out to grow. The potatoes have just basically taken over this bed. And then there's some random volunteer sunflowers over there. And then I managed to get some dill in, but the cucumbers that I planted here keep getting eaten. I'm thinking it's rabbits, and I've usually never had a problem with rabbits like that. They've never done this before come into the garden and just eaten my plants like that, you know? So this is a random carrot. I planted a lot of carrots here, but I don't see a lot of carrots. I only see like one. So yeah, beans, I did plant beans there. This bed is, like I said, it's kind of a disappointment for me because the potatoes basically are taking over and I didn't even plant those there. Random sunflowers here. Sunflowers, I don't mind sunflowers. They're all right. But yeah, now I'm going to have to rethink this bed and figure out what I'm going to plant in some of this other space because potatoes are heavy feeders and you can't just plant anything with them. It's kind of hot out here today. Hey Zeke, how you doing? Chillaxing? Yeah? Okay, so over here, I already need to get some weed whacking done again. Look at this. The weeds are already like up to my knees. So over here looks good. Everything except for these aphids that are all over my chamomile. Is this a thing? Does chamomile attract aphids? Let me know if you've had aphid problems on chamomile. The rest of this stuff looks like it's growing pretty well. That looks like marigold in the corner. And there was a freckled lettuce in here. Freckled lettuce. Chamomile, and I don't remember what this was. Was it the aster? No, I think the aster was on this side. The borage. Look at that. The borage is getting ready to bloom. Look at those beautiful blooms. Yes. But also attracting lots of pests over here. I'll have to wait for the rest of this stuff to bloom to figure out if this is what I planted here or if some of these are weeds. But like this, I don't know what this is. Some of it's bee balm. I think echinacea. I don't know. I don't remember now. I'll have to go back and look, but yeah, it was just kind of a hodgepodge of perennials and flowers because I couldn't get them to root over here. The blackberries, the sea of blackberries. We're gonna have a lot of blackberries, huh, Mr. Bumble? What do you think? Are we gonna have a lot of blackberries this year? Are you gonna make sure of it? Thank you, Mr. Bumble. And then over here is the sunflower patch. I threw a handful of the black oil sunflower seeds in a box and germinated those. So those are growing. Yeah, this bush looks beautiful. It's blooming nicely. Yep. Beautiful blooms. And then this here is some red clover. Wow, it's really competing because it's super tall. I usually only see it like knee high. It's definitely competing over here. This is a golden raspberry. I had one golden raspberry, so I had it in that pot. All right, so this area, I planted those 2 tomatoes, which are San Marzano. No, Sweet Million. Sweet Million tomatoes there, 2 of them. I did put some basil in there. And then I also put the flower rocket in the back there. I want to say it was African, no. Was it? Oh, it was painted daisies, yeah. So we'll see if that comes up. That is a watermelon there. I want to say it's a blacktail watermelon. The bees are feasting on my raspberries. Very busy at work pollinating all the raspberries there. This is my spaghetti squash patch. So we do love spaghetti squash, by the way. And then over there is my random, I actually have another one, and the other 2 I believe have germinated. The mammoth radish. So that's part of the collaboration with Jennifer Ocean Homestead. I've got a bush cucumber here, and I've got a bush cucumber there, and they look okay as of right now. In the swimming pool, I put a sugar pumpkin, so let's check on that. Somebody come get this wild lettuce. This wild lettuce is medicinal. It has this milky substance that you can make medicine with. It's also known as like opium lettuce. If you've got this lettuce growing in your garden and you're sure it's a weed, it's actually medicinal, and you can make a tincture with it, and it's very good for pain. I don't need this much, but yeah, thought it was worth a mention. All right, so this is the pumpkin, sugar pie pumpkin here. I pulled a patch of this oregano out and gave it away. So in its spot, I just went ahead and did this pumpkin. And hopefully this will be the last year that I have this pool here. Unfortunately, I can't move it because once I move it, it's gonna crack. But I need to take everything out of it, which is all this oregano here. And I need to find a new home for this oregano. The raspberries have all migrated over here. This here, I don't know what this is. It's like a weed here. This mock orange is so fragrant and beautiful. I love it. Although I always forget and neglect to prune it and trim it. So yeah, the raspberries are a little out of control over here. But like all of these I need to get rid of. These ones here in the front. I had somebody who was going to come and trade me some hostas for some raspberries. So we'll see. So there's the one cucumber there. And then there's the other cucumber there. You know what? I'm so disappointed with cucumbers every single year. I feel like they should be taking off and they're not. So I need to get some water out on all this stuff. It's been like 90s the past few days, and things are looking real thirsty. I might have a hole in my rain barrel because it's empty, and I know we've had rain for like this whole last weekend, so it should be full, but it's not. So yeah, anyhow, here are the elderberry. They are putting on buds here. This is my elderberry bushes. I've got 2 bushes that I started with, So this one here and this one here, but they're already kind of spreading out. You can see the deer have probably munched on them. But they're putting off babies. Like this one here's like not part of what I planted. This is the plant here. And then there's more coming off this way. So, I mean, it's all right, I guess, as long as it doesn't go outside this area here, because this is all now more elderberry. I'm a little sad about my peach tree. I feel like it's not going to make it. It was a beautiful peach tree when I planted it. And I don't know if it's this spot, but this is my third peach tree and it is not looking good. So I'm going to try to feed it again, water it. This is the one from Stark Brothers, which I need to actually, I have to do a scratch test on it. Yeah, there's no green there at all. And then these, there's like nothing. It's very brittle, very dead. Yeah. Let's try right here. Anyway, this thing has not done anything at all. I planted it last spring and it's been a year and it's not doing anything. So this is my nectarine tree. Look at these guys. I've got nectarines. Wow. Look at it. That is so incredible. Look at those nectarines. It's pretty loaded. It's pretty loaded. I might have to get some supports over here. Like, wow. It's pretty loaded with fruits. Yep, so that's my nectarine. Looking very good. This, I'm convinced, is a Bradford pear. So what I'm probably going to do is maybe I'll just prune it up, keep it short, and use it to graft onto maybe. So if I can get maybe some pear clippings that I can graft, maybe I'll just use it as a rootstock, because it is not the pear that I planted. So, oh well. So here are those little flowers that like popped up one year in my grass. And I was like, wow, what are all these little flowers? They just popped up. They're little orange flowers, and I was like, I've never seen these before. So I remember looking it up, and I don't remember what they are, but they don't stay around very long. I'm just gonna leave them for the bees and whatever, and then, you know, the next time my husband mows, they'll be gone again. But they're really dainty. They're really cute. Cute little flowers. Watch out, Zeke. So it looks like they will do like a bunch of flowers if you let them. So over here you can see where multiple heads have bloomed. And then there's like one coming up in the middle there. It looks purple to begin with, and then it turns orange. Look at how many heads there are on there, though. Like, that's incredible. How many blooms can come out of that one little stem? That's incredible. Look at that, very pretty. It looks like they're going to be purple, but then they come out and they're orange. Wow, look at this one. Lots and lots of heads there. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little flower, yes. Too bad they'll get mowed down. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for the garden tour. I do have some other stuff and some like starter pots or whatever, but you know, it's just basil and some other stuff. But I did have 2 more mammoth radishes that germinated, so that's a plus. And then I did try to do some more Scotia tomato and some more peppers for the collaboration. That's gonna do it for the garden tour. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks for coming along, and until next time, the more you know, the more you grow. Bye, guys.